The following is a talk given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on December 21st, 2014 in New Delhi, India. The talk was about pastimes with Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Radha Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Auravane Fatadane Nirvishesa Sunyavade Paschatya Sadhane Makakroti Dasalam Mangulangaya Degarim Yatkita Tavahandane Sri Niraharanam Ramananamadamam Sri Chaitanya Swam. Like it was impossible to build the buildings in Mayapur. We didn't have any vehicle. We didn't have anything. Prabhupada gave us some seed money and said build the buildings. So we had to get the engineer. We had to get the contractor. We had to buy the materials. All without a vehicle. So I learned the ways. By bicycle. And bicycle is nice. And bicycle is nice. You can chant all the way. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we got the blessing to grow our own food. So we got the blessing to grow our own food. But the workers were taking a long time. To plant the vegetables. So I had a small plow made up. Kind of like what you see Balaram holding. And I dragged the plow. In the line where I wanted the vegetables to be planted. And then behind me. They had to come and plant the vegetable. Cover it up. And then go on. So it was a real competition. I had about 5 people behind me. And I'd pull the plow. And then they would have to plant. So they were practically running. To keep up with me. And in that way we plowed. One field. Very fast. So he planted potatoes.
So we planted some potatoes,
Some beans.
some beans,
Some peanuts.
some peanuts.
For me, it was all kind of experimentation to see.
For me, it was all kinds of experimentation to see
How many kinds of vegetables we could plant.
how many kinds of vegetables we could plant.
And which would grow.
And which would grow.
And Mayapur is such a fertile place.
And Mayapur is such a fertile place.
With the alluvial soil of the Ganges.
With the
alluvial soil
of the Ganges.
That practically you can grow almost anything that fits
you can grow practically anything that fits
the time of the rainy season.
That fits the time of the rainy season.
I mean, we would go there wheat in the winter.
We would go there week in the winter.
And rice in the summer.
And rice in the summer.
And like that, we were in the tropics, so...
Like that, we were in the tropics, so...
We had to see what would grow in the tropics and what would grow in the temperate.
We had to see what would grow in the tropic and in the subtropic and what would grow in the temperate.
Tropics and subtropics.
Tropics and subtropics.
So, like this, Prabhupada, he would give empowerment.
So like this, Prabhupada, he would give empowerment.
How to do the things.
How to do the things.
And there was a question.
There was a question.
It was not a question.
It was not a question.
Whether you could do it.
Whether you could do it.
The question was.
The question was.
How to do it.
How to do it. This is from 3rd February 1976, from Harishori Prabhu's diary. It says, continuing his walk down on the ground, he went to the front of our land. He wanted to inspect the progress on the new building. There, he questioned Jayapataka Swami about the Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Mutt. They have erected a new building at the gateway to their property, meant to house a deity of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the father of Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master. Prabhupada wasn't at all happy about it. He felt that they were going over the head of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta had lived there for many years, but had never contemplated such a thing. There's one more paragraph. Prabhupada told Jayapataka he should have challenged them that he, Bhaktisiddhanta, could not understand where Bhaktivinoda Thakur should be placed. You have understood. You are so intelligent, over-intelligent. That means rascals. Over-intelligent means rascal. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he remained so many years and he could not understand. You have understood to make Bhaktivinoda Thakur a gatekeeper. You tell him next time when you go that you are over-intelligent.
I remember that.
I remember that.
Prabhupada had said that it was wrong to
put Bhaktivinoda Thakur on the gateway.
And he cited that.
And he cited that
the
businessman
who had donated money for the Yogpit temple.
Who had donated money for the Yogpit temple.
Sakhi Charan Das Babaji.
Sakhi Charan Das Babaji.
He was given Babaji by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
He was given Babaji from initiation from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
And his samadhi and Bhajan Kutir was
His,
at the gateway.
his samadhi and bhajan kutir was at the gateway.
So putting Bhaktivinoda Thakur opposite to him
So putting Bhaktivinoda Thakur opposite to him
was demeaning, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur
because Bhaktivinoda Thakur
was the modern founder of the whole Gaudiya initiative for preaching.
was the founder of the whole Gaudiya initiative for preaching.
And the school there is called the Bhaktivinoda Institute.
And the school there is called the Bhaktivinoda Institute.
So what Srila Prabhupada was saying was that
So what Srila Prabhupada was saying was that
Bhaktivinoda Thakur deserved a much more respectful, prominent place.
was that Bhaktivinoda Thakur deserves a much more respectable, prominent place,
And not as a gatekeeper.
and not as a gatekeeper.
By putting him on the side of the gate,
By putting him on the side of the gate,
it was demeaning.
it was demeaning. From 6th February 1976, from Harishari Prabhu's diary, it says, Prabhupada has been invited to do a program in Dhaka, Bangladesh, where he will also accept a gift of land and a temple. Jayapataka Swami has been negotiating with some Gaudiya Math members there. Apparently, they are willing to hand over their small preaching center to ISKCON.
The Gaudiya Math in Dhaka
The Gaudiya Math in Dhaka
is quite a glorious and big affair.
is quite a glorious, big affair.
Their Kirtan Hall is very large.
Their Kirtan hall is very large.
Their temple is quite prominent.
Their temple is quite prominent.
And the ashram by the side is 2 stories high.
And the ashram by the side is 2 stories high.
And has a large capacity.
And it has a large capacity.
So I don't know any other Gaudiya Math in Bangladesh.
So I don't know of any other Gaudiya Math in Bangladesh.
There was a small temple,
There was a small temple,
not maybe only 1 or 2 kilometers distance
maybe
from Gaudiya Math.
maybe about a 1 or 2 kilometer distance from the Gaudiya Math.
And that was a deity was held by a family and Servites.
The deity was worshipped by a family of Shaivites.
Servite,
Saivites.
not Shivite, it was Servite.
Not Shaivites, it was Saivites.
And so many had migrated to India,
So many had migrated to India,
and some were still in Bangladesh.
and some were still in Bangladesh.
So they agreed to sign over that
So they agreed
temple
to sign over that temple
worship
responsibility
to Islam.
to ISKCON.
And that's where we had our first center in Bangladesh,
And that's where we had our first center in Bangladesh,
where we were on our own land,
where we were on our own land
as guests of the deity.
as
Guests
As-
of the deity.
as guests of the deity.
Before that, we had some rented place,
Before that, we had some rented place,
and then from there,
And then from there,
we went to Gaudiya Math sometimes.
we went to Gaudiya Math sometimes.
But at one point there was talk.
But at one point there was talk
About having us do something at the Gaudiya Math.
about having us do something at the Gaudiya Math.
But that was very short-lived
But that was very short-lived.
So then someone gave us a property.
So then someone gave us a property,
which was also a Devathan.
which was also a Lilastan.
It was about 2 acres.
It was about 2 acres,
Or 6 digas.
or 6 bigas.
And it was about 5 kilometers distance.
And it was about 5 kilometers distance.
So this part of the town is known as Wari.
So this part of the town is known as Wari.
And it's the old town.
And it's the old town.
And it has many Hindus.
It has many Hindus.
So this 6 diga plot
So this 6 biga plot
is where we are planning to have our big central temple in Dhaka.
is where we're planning to have our big central temple in Dhaka.
It's a very nice big facility.
It's a very nice big facility.
The Radha Govinda temple,
The Radha Govinda temple,
which we still have, is maybe 4 or 5 cents.
is maybe 4 or 5 cents.
A cent being 1% of an acre.
A cent being 1% of an acre.
And the land we are planning our big temple
And the land on which we're planning our big temple
is 2 acres.
is 2 acres.
So, like this, over the years,
So like this, over the years,
we now have about 25 temples in Bangladesh.
we have about 25 temples in Bangladesh.
And some very prominent places of Lord Chaitanya's associates.
And some very prominent places of Lord Chaitanya's associates.
Rup and Sanatana's Smriti Tirtha,
Rup and Sanatan Smriti Tirtha,
Pundrik Vidyanidhi's temple,
Pundrik Vidyanidhi's temple,
also Mukunda and Vasudev temple,
also the Mukunda and Vasudev temple,
and a hill in Sylhet,
and a hill in Sylhet,
which is about more than 3 acres,
which is around maybe more than 3 acres.
and also a temple in Komila,
And also a temple in Omila,
which is a 300-year-old Jagannath deities.
which has a 300-year-old Jagannath deities.
Some places were connected with Lord Chaitanya, and some were in some prominent place.
So some were in places connected to Lord Chaitanya, and some were in a prominent place.
But I don't know this preaching center of the Gaudiya Math.
But I don't know this preaching center of the Gaudiya.
But there was talk about us taking over the Gaudiya Math for a short time.
But there was talk of us taking over the Gaudiya Math for a short time.
And they dropped that.
But they dropped that. This is from 19th February 1976 in Hari Shauri Prabhu's Because the weather has become quite hot. Because the weather has become quite hot, some visiting devotees are buying flavored ice on sticks from the stalls in front of the temple. Jayapataka Swami asked Prabhupada if we can make our own iced sherbet drink for the Gaur Purnima festival. He's afraid that the devotees will become ill because the local confection is generally made from bad water. Prabhupada was disturbed to hear that devotees are eating outside. He quite emphatically said, "No one may buy anything from the market. If they eat these things, they will fall down. No one should eat anything not offered to the deity."
Prabhupada was encouraging all the devotees
Prabhupada was encouraging all the devotees
very
emphatically
to take the deity prasadam,
to take the deity prasadam,
not to take the bhoga outside.
not to take the bhog outside.
And with that, we also tried to provide meals at a low cost.
And with that, we also tried to provide meals at a low cost
so that people could take prasadam as well.
so that people could take prasadam as well.
The pilgrims.
The pilgrims.
And so we had the food for life.
So we had the food for life.
And we had the sulab, or the less expensive prasadam.
And we had the shulab, or the less expensive prasadam.
So that people would not go to the outside food stalls.
So that people would not go as much to the outside food stalls.
But if the devotees themselves went outside,
but if the devotees themselves went outside,
this was a bad example.
This was a bad example.
Pilgrims are coming a long distance and they want prasadam.
Pilgrims are coming from long distances and they want prasadam.
And so Prabhupada told us that we should somehow arrange that everybody gets prasadam.
So Prabhupada told us that we should somehow arrange that everybody gets prasadam.
He said whoever goes to see the deity should get some prasadam.
He said whoever goes to see the deities should get some prasadam.
He said even if you soak chickpeas.
He said even if you soak chickpeas
and get sprouted chickpeas.
And get sprouted chickpeas
with a little molasses.
With a little gur or molasses.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Somehow they should also get some prasadam.
Somehow they should also get prasadam.
In our ISKCON temple in Tirupati.
In our ISKCON temple in Tirupati.
They give a small clay on a small leaf plate.
They give a small leaf plate.
About 5 inches.
About 5 inches thick.
And they provide sometimes rice pulao, sometimes sambar rice, sometimes pongal.
They provide sometimes rice pulao, sometimes sambar rice, sometimes pongal.
But everybody who goes to the temple,
but everybody who goes to the temple gets prasadam.
So in ISKCON, this is followed, but somewhat sporadically.
So in ISKCON, this is followed, but somewhat sporadically.
But they have at least prasadam, mahaprasadam for sale.
But they have at least prasadam, mahaprasadam for sale.
Now, there isn't really any prohibition from someone making ice cream or any kind of cold things.
Now, there isn't really any type of prohibition for people making ice cream or any type of cold things.
But they should offer to the deities.
But they should offer it to the deities.
It should be made by devotees.
It should be made by devotees.
This was the point.
This was the point.
People coming that far,
People coming from that far,
they should take Krishna Prasadam.
they should take Krishna Prasadam. So now this is from 23rd February 1976 from Hari Shari's diary. Jayapataka Maharaj reported that the boat program was going well. One day, they sold 250 guitar guns, and many people are requesting them to do programs in their villages. They also have 3 new devotees shaved up and chanting. Upon hearing of their success, Prabhupada's eyes grew big and bright. A smile of innocent surprise lit up his face, as if it were something very great and unexpected. His genuine response, almost a childlike wonder, was completely endearing.
The boat preaching was very well received.
Was very well received.
And the villages,
In the villages,
we would go and take Harinam procession
we would go and take Harinam procession
and then distribute prasadam.
and then distribute prasadam.
Sometimes we followed the example of Vishnujan,
Sometimes we followed the example of Vishnujan,
who had given puffed rice and gur
who would give out puffed rice and gur
mixed together, like muddy balls.
mixed together in moody bowls.
And sometimes we give out khichdi.
And sometimes we would give out khichdi.
We bring the village leaders on board the boat and give them a darshan of the deities.
We would bring the village leaders to the boat and give them darshan of the deities.
So there's another like this temple boat in the whole of the Ganges.
There is no other like this temple boat in the whole of the Ganges.
So it was something that was unique and very much appreciated.
So it was something that was very unique and very much appreciated.
In the cities,
In the cities,
we could park
we could park
in some place by the side
in some place by the side
and then go and preach in the cities.
and then go and preach in the cities.
So in the villages, we take
In the villages,
the big attraction.
the big attraction.
In the cities, it was hard to get noticed,
In the cities, it was hard to get noticed.
but people would appreciate.
But people would appreciate.
And so, like this, the boat was going down one side, up the other side.
And so like this, the boat was going.
The boat had no engine.
The boat had no engine.
It was traveling by tide or by sail,
It was traveling by tide or by sail.
or in some extreme places,
Or in some extreme places,
the boatman's helper would go out on the side and pull the boat.
The boatman's helper would go out on the side and pull the boat.
And now we're talking about putting an engine in the boat.
But now we're talking about putting an engine in the boat.
So that it can be used in all situations.
So that it can be used in all situations.
I don't know what Prabhupada's expectations were.
I don't know what Prabhupada's expectations were.
But anything which would make devotees sell books.
But anything that would make devotees sell books,
distribute
prasadam,
he was very appreciative.
He was very appreciative.
And this boat had everything.
And this boat had everything.
Plus deities.
Plus deities.
So you get up and have Mangalarti on the boat.
So we'd get up and have Mangalarti on the boat.
We would chant our rounds.
We would chant our rounds.
And then we go to the different villages.
And then we would go to the different villages.
So different devotees led the boat program.
So different devotees led the boat program.
I couldn't attend all the time.
I couldn't attend all the time.
Because I had to stay in Mayapur and manage things.
Because I had to stay in Mayapur and manage things.
I would meet up with the boat.
But I would meet up with the boat.
By jeep.
By jeep.
At certain places.
At certain places.
And bring them some supplies, books and things.
And bring them some supplies, books and things.
And take back what they had to take back.
Take back what they had to take back. Okay, so
Prabhupada referred to the boat.
So Prabhupada referred to the boat
as the jolly boat.
As the jolly boat.
Anyone who was on the boat program, he'd be very happy.
Anyone who would go on the boat program, he would become very happy.
Very jolly.
Very jolly.
Jolly boat.
So it was called the jolly boat. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Any questions here?
The plow is very heavy to do. How did you learn all this? Did someone teach you?
No.
No.
Not in this life.
Not in this life.
But I had a big plow and I plowed with the ox.
I had a big plow and I plowed with an ox.
And this is a small plow.
And this was a small plow.
So I could pull it myself.
So I could pull it myself.
We would first plow the field.
We would first plow the field.
And then run a ladder over it.
And then run a ladder over it.
Called the moy.
Called the moy.
And so the soil was already soft.
So the soil was already soft.
Just to plant the seed.
Just to plant the seeds.
We needed a small plow.
We needed a small plow.
To make a furrow.
To make a burrow.
And then they would put the seed or the piece of potato or whatever.
And we would put the seed or the piece of potato or whatever.
Close it up.
And close it up.
So I had to run across and they would run behind me and put.
So I would run across and they would run behind me and put the seed.
So it reminded me of Balaram's plow.
It reminded me of Balaram's plow.
It was that size, one hand. It was that size, it would fit in one hand.
It was that size, so it would fit in one hand.
And I would pull it.
And I'd pull it.
And create a small furrow.
It would create a small furrow.
to plant the veggies.
To plant the seeds.
Vegetables.
The vegetables.
And roots.
And roots.
You don't have one for your garden in San Diego?
You don't have one for your garden in San Diego?
I've already done a lot. Today we went to the temple in Dwarka.
Today we went to the temple in Dwarka.
And it's a three-tile temple.
And it's a
prefabricated temple.
Prefabricated temple.
But you wouldn't know that.
But you wouldn't know it.
It looks all finished.
It looks all finished.
It has deities.
It has deities.
And special pillars.
And special pillars.
It was packed with 1,000 devotees.
It was packed with about 1,000 devotees.
And little deities and Nitai Gaur and Gautami Dwarkadish, Jagannath Subhadra.
And they had deities of Nitai Gaur, Rukmini Dwarkadish, and Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra.
This is not the Dwarka in Gujarat.
This is not the Dwarka in Gujarat.
This is a Dwarka in Delhi.
This is the Dwarka in Delhi.
It has the name Dwarka.
It has the name Dwarka.
But it's in Delhi.
But it's in Delhi.
It's by the airport.
It's by the airport.
So he tells some pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, and Ram.
So he told some pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, and Ram.
I don't know how they like my class or not.
I don't know if they liked my class or not.
But it was nice to visit the temple in Dwarka.
But it was nice to visit the temple in Dwarka.
And then I came back here.
And then I came back here.
The house of Priya Maharaj was here.
Ved Vyas Priya Maharaj was here.
To see me.
To see me.
And so I had him speak a few minutes to you all.
So I had him speak for a few minutes to you all.
I hope that you had some of his association.
I hope that you had some of his association.
And then I could speak on a few topics.
And then I could speak on a few topics.
So this is all the glories of His Divine Grace of Lord John Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki.
Jai.
Please offer some prasadam to our viewers.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.